Welcome to this Vinyasa practice. Welcome to your practice. Namaste. Let's begin in a cross-legged, easy seated position on your mat, on the floor. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Maybe resting your hands softly around your knees. Beginning to deepen the inhale and perhaps sighing the breath out of the mouth. Noticing your posture, noticing how you feel. As you're ready with your hands planted on your knees, beginning to add a little movement here, beginning to make circles with the hands on the knees and moving around the spine. Just beginning to wake up the spine, wake up that Shakti energy, that Kundalini energy. Moving with your breath. And then stopping at center and reversing the circles in the opposite direction. And breathing. And stopping at center. Beginning to move the neck around in soft circles in whatever direction that you choose. We'll balance it out here in a moment. Just beginning to turn the head gently, always gentle with the neck as you make your movements. All the way around in a nice gentle circle. And stopping at center and reversing that circle in the opposite direction. And stopping at center. Beginning to shrug their shoulders up towards the ears and just rolling them around in a circle behind you. Allowing the shoulders to work around that rotator cuff and then coming back in the opposite direction and balancing out on both sides. Beginning to inhale, reach up overhead, interlace the hands, reach the palms of the hands to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands forward, rounding out the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it forward, arch the spine, chin to chest. So kind of like your cat-cow, but in a seated shape. Continuing that warming up of the spine, moving the spine around, adding energy throughout the body, sending the breath through the spine. Moving through a few more movements like this at your own breath and at your own pace. And as you're ready, releasing the hands to the sides of the body. Beginning to work your way up into hands and knees, your tabletop shape. Once you find your tabletop, beginning to soften the belly as you lift the gaze up, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, rounding the spine out, bringing the chin towards the chest, moving through your cat-cow, moving with your breath, inhaling up, exhaling back down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. and stopping at center. So curling the toes under and then lifting the hips back to rest onto the toes. Lifting the knees up, hands planted on the side, and beginning to lift the toes up, working into those toes. As you lift the body up, rocking forward just slightly and just allowing the feet to get a nice little stretch, maybe working out some pops and clicks in the feet, in the toes, maybe the ankles. Moving through a couple of movements like this. Then resting down onto the knees, resting the tops of the feet down onto your mat. And then beginning to rest the hands to the side and lifting the knees up, stretching out the ankles. Lifting up and back down. Lifting up and back down. Curling under the toes, lifting the knees, making your way into your downward facing dog. Walking the dog, bending at one knee, leaning into each side. Just working it out, noticing how your hamstrings feel. Maybe shaking the head yes and no, letting the head relax. Working it out, walking it out. And then as you're ready, coming up on the toes, bending the knees, and gently walking up towards the front of your mat. Coming into forward fold, planting the fingertips in front of you, or placing the palms of the hands on the shins. Lift halfway up, flat back, exhale. Bring it forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Bending the knees as much as you need. Resting the hands on the hips, drawing the shoulder blades together, hinging from the hips, coming up to standing. Releasing the hands to the side, palms facing forward. Relax the shoulders. As you're ready, inhaling up, reach the hands up, exhale, forward fold. Reach that left leg to the back of your mat, resting the knee down. Inhale, lift up, lift the chest up, exhale, frame that right foot. Back into your plank, down on the knees, moving down through a push-up, bringing the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Taking that left leg, bringing it up to the front of the mat. Right knee goes down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, framing that left foot. And bringing the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale all the way up to standing. Maybe find a back bend. Exhale, hands release to heart center. Moving into the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, right leg goes back, right knee drops down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant that front foot. Find your plank. Down onto the knees if you choose. Going down for a push-up, bringing the chin down towards the chest. Elbows stay close to the body. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale, down dog. Reaching the right leg up towards the front of the mat in between the hands. Left knee drops down to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, frame that front foot. Bring that back foot to meet the front at the front of the mat. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, release the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg goes back, left knee drops. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, frame that right foot, find your plank. Move through your vinyasa either on your knees or not. Inhale all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale down into your downward facing dog. Leading with that left leg, bringing it all the way to the front of the mat. In between the hands, dropping the knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, frame that foot. And back up to the front. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, right leg goes back, right knee drops. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, framing that left foot. Find your plank. Move through your vinyasa, either on your knees or not, bringing the chin down towards the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. So back at the front of the mat, settling into your space. Setting up for our next sun salutation series, our dancing warrior. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, find your plank, one leg at a time or stepping both legs down. Either down on your knees or not as you move through your push-up. Inhale, reach up, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts to the sky. Maybe beginning to bend at the knees, stack the hips, open it up. Bring that knee back to center, sweeping it through to the front of the mat and between the hands. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Transition to warrior two. Palm up and over. Setting up for your exalted. Bringing that left hand, sliding it down that left leg or wrapping it around the waist. As you exhale, bringing that forearm down to the thigh. Left hand reaches up and over, settling that shoulder back into the socket, back up to warrior two. Exhale, framing that front foot, moving through your vinyasa, down on the knees or not. Down through your push-up, inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. From downward facing dog, lifting that left leg up to the sky, bending at the knees, stacking the hips, really opening it up. Bring that knee back to center and gently sweeping it through to the front of the mat and between the hands. Inhale, reaching up, warrior one. Exhale, into warrior two. Taking that back foot, making it parallel, pinky side with the edge of your mat. Inhale, up and over, exalted, palm overhead, reaching the right hand down that back leg. And finding your side angle on this side, resting that left forearm on the thigh as the right hand reaches up and over. Warrior two. Framing that front foot. Move through your vinyasa, your plank, your push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Resetting. Up on the toes, bend the knees, step or jump your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. At the beginning, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, find your plank, one at a time or both. Move through your flow, down on the knees or not. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up to the sky. Bring it forward, warrior one. Warrior two. Palm up and over for your exalted. Nice side bend through that right side. Exhale, bring it forward, side angle. Exhale, back up into warrior two. Cartwheel it down. Move through your flow to plank in your push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts. Sweep it through. Bring it to the front of the mat and between the hands. Inhale for warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Palm up and over, exalted. Finding your side angle, forearm to thigh, reach it up and over, letting that shoulder sit back in the socket. Back up to warrior two. Cartwheel it through, move through your flow. Find your plank, down on the knees or not as you move through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Up on the toes, bend the knees, step or jump your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands up overhead. Exhale, back to heart center. Adding on this time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, find your plank. Moving through your flow. Moving through your push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. And lifting the right leg up to the sky. Sweeping it through to the front of the mat, planting it in between the hands. Inhale, up for warrior one. Exhale, transition to warrior two. Inhale, palm up and over, exalted. Bringing it forward, forearm to thigh, reaching that right hand up and over, or left hand rather. And if you want to find a bind here, taking that left hand behind you, reaching the right hand underneath the leg, peeling open that left shoulder. Maybe work into bird of paradise, popping that left foot up to meet the right, turning the body, keeping that bind as you lift the right leg up. And maybe begin to extend the leg out, bird of paradise. Slowly beginning to make your way back down into your side angle. And from side angle back into your warrior two. Cartwheel it through, move through your flow. Move through your push-up, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts. And sweeping it through to the front of your mat. Planting that foot, inhale, reach up for your warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Palm up and over as you lift up into your exalted, stretching through that left side. Forearm to thigh, reach it up and over, staying here at your side angle or adding on, reaching that right hand behind you, reaching the left hand underneath you, finding your bind on the side, maybe working into bird of paradise, popping that right foot up to the left, keeping that bind, lifting that left leg up, finding your drishti, something that doesn't move, keeping your gaze, this nice soft gaze, maybe extending the leg out. And bring it back through, walking through, finding your side angle. Into warrior two. And cartwheel it through. And move through your flow. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. From downward facing dog, up on the toes, bend the knees. Step or jump your way to the front of the mat. And staying down, keeping the chest down towards the thighs. And lifting up into your Utkatasana, sitting down into your chair. Lifting the heart center up, reaching the hands up, and then maybe bringing the hands to prayer and finding a twist. Taking that left elbow over to the outside of that right knee. Inhale, finding a little bit more space in the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. And then coming back forward, release it into your forward fold. Beginning to bend the knees, bring the chest down to the thighs. Maybe find a little swaying motion for ragdoll. And sitting back up for Utkatasana again. Bring hands to heart center. Sitting down deeper into your chair. Exhale, find a twist on this side, right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Bring those hands as close as you can to heart center. And forward fold, release. Maybe bend at each knee, release a little deeper. Now taking the hands a little bit further out than hip distance, taking the toes out to the sides, and setting up for your yogi squat. So toes are pointed out, heels are pointed in, and bringing hands to heart center, maybe gently pushing out with the elbows into the knees. Finding your breath. So maybe taking that right hand, extending it in front of the right foot as the left hand reaches up to the sky. Staying here, or maybe taking that left hand behind you, reaching the right hand around, finding a bind here. Peeling open that left shoulder, gaze goes up to the sky. And breathe. Releasing out of the twist, coming back forward into your yogi squat. Beginning to set up for the other side, reaching that left hand out past the left toes. And then maybe reaching the right hand up towards the sky. And again, if you want to find that bind, taking that right hand behind you, left hand reaching around that leg, grabbing the hands, peeling open that right shoulder, looking up. And breathe. Releasing out of the bind, coming back forward, yogi squat. Releasing the hands behind you, planting the hands, and just sitting down onto your mat. So go ahead and extend those legs out to the edge of your mat, sitting nice, tall. Bring the hands to the sides of the mat. And we'll find a seated supine twist. So as you're ready, beginning to draw that left knee in towards you. And then maybe taking that left foot and just crossing it over the right leg. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe reaching that left hand behind you. And lifting the right hand as you inhale up. Exhale, find a twist. Either taking that right elbow on the outside of the left knee. And extending that right arm down that left leg. Maybe finding a mudra with your hands. Resting the thumb to the pointer finger. And breathing. And coming out of the twist. Releasing hands to the sides and just allowing that left foot to meet the right. And shaking it out. And preparing for the other side as you're ready, taking that right leg and beginning to draw it up towards the body, crossing over the left leg. Either hugging that knee in that elbow crease, or again inhaling, lifting that left hand up, taking the left elbow to the outside of that leg, looking over the right shoulder. Maybe finding a mudra on this side. As you inhale, find a little bit more length in the spine. As you exhale, twist deeper into the shape. And release out of the twist. Right foot meets the left at the front of the mat. Shake it out. And just coming all the way down onto the back. laying flat on your mat. So drawing the feet in closer towards your buttocks. So walking the feet up, knees pointed up towards the sky. We're setting up for bridge. So the soles of the feet are on the mat, as close as you can towards the buttocks, beginning to lift the hips up off the mat. Rolling the shoulder blades closer together, maybe interlacing the hands underneath. Lift the hips a little higher. If there's space, maybe walk those feet up a little closer, or maybe even keeping the knees parallel. Lift that one leg, lift the right leg up towards the sky. Keeping the knees parallel, and then maybe try the other side, lifting the left leg up towards the sky. And release. Lift up a little higher. And breathe. And release the hips all the way down to the mat. Release the hands to the sides of the body. Let the spine settle in. Begin to set up for our second round. So taking that same variation of bridge, or maybe bring the hands up towards the shoulders, coming into your full wheel. And breathing, maybe even coming up to the toes, walking the feet back a little bit further. And breathe. And slowly making your way back down to the mat. Let the spine settle back in. And preparing for your third round of bridge or wheel. Setting up, lifting the hips up. Maybe interlacing the hands underneath. Rolling the shoulder blades closer together. Lift the hips a little higher. Make sure that chin is not resting on the chest. Give it a little space there, maybe a size of an apple to fit between the chin and the chest. And releasing the hips back down. Maybe hugging the knees in towards the chest, grabbing hold of the shins. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Maybe rocking back and forth, massaging the spine. Massage the tailbone. Let the spine settle back in. If you'd like to reach in between the knees, lifting the feet up, grabbing the outsides of the feet, and maybe finding happy baby, and gently pushing the feet down towards the mat, maybe finding a rocking motion here. And beginning to make circles by placing the hands on the knees and maybe rocking around, and then just reversing the opposite direction. Once you had a few in one direction, go in the opposite direction. Just really just kind of massaging the spine, giving the spine a little love after those back bends. Setting up for inversion. So for your shoulder stand, you might want to lift the hips up and resting the hips into the hands and allowing the legs to be inverted in that way. If that's too much, you can always have the hips resting on the mat as well, and just lifting the legs up towards the air. Just getting something upside down. But if you are in your shoulder stand and want to try plow, allowing the feet to drop behind the head, resting the toes behind you, and then resting the hands out. Really good for your thyroid, really great for the lower spine. Just mindful not to move your neck in this shape. And breathing. And beginning to support the hips as you begin to make your way back down to the mat. Releasing the legs back down towards the edge of your mat. And beginning to set up for your Shavasana. So allowing the legs to relax completely. Settling everything down onto your mat. And drawing your attention to your feet and your toes. Allowing the toes and the feet to relax completely. Bring your awareness to your ankles, and your shins and your calves and your knees. And relaxing completely. Noticing your thighs, and the backs of your thighs, resting on the mat. Relaxing the hips, softening the belly. Bringing your awareness to your spine as it's resting on the back of your mat. Softening the chest, the heart space, and the shoulders. Relaxing the arms, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the tops of the hands, the palms of the hands, the fingers and the fingertips. Bringing your awareness to your throat, your neck, and the nape of your neck. Then beginning to soften the face, relax the jaw, relax the lips, relax the tongue, softening the cheekbones and the eyelids, that space between the brow and your eyebrows. Relaxing the head, feeling the back of your head resting on your mat. Laying here as long as you'd like. Or if you'd like to begin to wake up the body, you can do that here as well. Drawing one leg in at a time. Bring the knees in towards you and beginning to roll over to one side. Lifting your body up when you are ready. Coming back up to a seated position, an easy cross-legged shape. We started our practice, and bringing your hands to prayer, honoring this practice, honoring this time, honoring yourself, bowing in towards your hands, towards yourself. Namaste.